Good afternoon, students. The topic we are going to learn today is Unified Data Standards from Module 3. These are the topics we are going to cover under this Unified Data Standards. So first, we have to know what is Unified Data Standard. So it's a common set of standards used for IoT or Web of Things, WOT. Okay. So why we are using this common set of standards in this Internet of Things? We know Internet of Things means we are connecting lot of objects or connect lot of things together over the internet. Okay, either a light, fan, air conditioner, whatever it is, we are connecting with the support of this Internet of Things or Web of Things concept. Okay, so lot of objects are involved within this. Lot of objects we are connecting to the internet. So there is a mandatory need of some set of common standards or common protocols or rules that is called as unified data standards. Okay, because we are connecting lot of objects. Each object may have a different data formats, either in Excel, CSV format of data, then text format of data, .js format of data, whatever it is. Okay, each object may have a different data formats. Okay, so it is tough to collect all the data and processing is tedious. Okay, so if the standard is common, then we can easily gather the data from different objects. Okay, so we are incorporating sensor, transducer, object, etc., etc. Okay, so we must need a common set of standards to connect this Internet of Things object. Okay, so there is a message translation is happen or message transmission is happens between two devices or between one device and the network. Okay, so there's a unified message structure is followed to communicate among this embedded device or gateway or a cloud to machine. Okay, so whatever a sensor, a machine or object, whatever it is connected from everywhere, we are collecting the data and it is transmitted to the cloud for storage or for next processing purpose. Okay, so there is a mandatory need of unified message structure. This structure is called as common set of standards. The name for this is unified data standards. Okay, so there is a need of unified data standards in IoT for data exchange purpose. Okay, because every device is having different types of data format. Okay, we are transmitting the data to the cloud or whatever it is for further processing. So it is need to define a unified data standards. That's why we are learning this topic. Okay, so identifying or creating a unified data standard or a common data standard for all object is a tougher task. Okay, so we know the two pillars of internet is HTTP, HTML as the one pillar, and the second pillar of internet is the web. Okay, www. We studied in the last topic. Okay, so in there lot of internet protocols, then transmission methodologies, various things are involved within this internet. Okay, so in the basic we are using some framework or structured data type for interchanging the data. Okay, XML, HTML, HTTP. So that is described within this diagram. Okay, different evolutions for the internet, which is started from 1991 to 2009. Okay, so we are using this kind of formats like HTML, HTTP, WML, blog, Web 2.0, etc., etc. Okay, so with the advancement of this HTML and HTTP only, we got connected to the web of things. Okay, because we know if an internet of thing is there, it is really connected to web of things also. Okay, so using this basic framework as well as protocols, we want to create a set of unified standard for the IoT also. Okay, these are some common standards used for the internet for transmitting the data. Okay, HTTP, HTML, these are used while you are sending a mail or transmitting some small text message or a graphical message, whatever it is. Basically, these things are applied there. Okay, so same thing, to connect a small object to internet, we need a standard that is unified data standard. Okay, so here it is represented as five common unified data standards. Okay, so first one is RDF, second one is SOAP, third one is M2M or IoT protocol stack, fourth one EDI, then fifth one is EBXML. Okay, so we'll learn one by one clearly. First one is RDF. Okay, resource description framework. Okay, so this is the first basic or unified data model we are using to transmit the data or information. Okay, so it's a general method for conceptual description or modeling information that is implemented in web resource. Okay, using a set of syntax format. So this RDF, the resource description framework, can be applied in the web of things model to access the metadata model, which means data over data. If an object or a thing which is connected to the internet is generating a data again and again, it's creating a metadata. In that cases, you can use this kind of data model called as resource description framework or DF model. Okay, it's a basic or common modeling used to access or transmit the information in the web resources. Okay, this is the first unified model. Then the second one is SOAP and REST. Okay, so what is meant by SOAP? Simple Object Access Protocol. Okay, so about this SOAP, you may already learned in the internet subject. Okay, which means web technology. So simple object access protocol means when we are connecting one object to internet, we have the ability to access the object through the internet. Okay, we have the rights to access the particular object, or we have the control to access the object. So for that, control can be implemented using this kind of protocol called as SOAP, Symbol Object Access Protocol. Okay, then REST means representational state transfer. Okay, representational state transfer. So this SOAP and REST both are used to access or transfer the data from the client to server. Okay, the network connected devices, either one system to system, or it may be one particular system to one small object or a device, whatever it is. This too, SOAP and the REST framework can be used to used for the purpose of data exchange. Okay, so it's act as a data exchange protocol in the IoT application. Okay, so what is the first unified data standard? RDF, Resource Description Framework. So it's a common method used for modeling the information in the web resource, as well as it's supported for metadata. Then second unified data standard is SOAP and RESTnet. Both are supported in message transmission or transfer of data between the client and server. Okay. Then the third one is M2M as well as IoT protocol. Okay, so M to M, machine to machine, we know it. Okay, then IoT protocol stack. So this M2M and IoT protocol stack used in the e-commerce and e-business. Okay, mainly the e-platforms, whatever you are using to buy the things in online e-commerce websites. Okay, in that kind of e-commerce websites, we know lot and lot of data are generated in a single day. Okay, so in that cases, this M2M and IoT protocol stack is applied to generate or create the data in a defined format. Okay, then only it is easy to access and process the data further. Okay, to improve the e-commerce websites efficiency, we need the data. Okay, so with the support of data only, we are modifying the websites, or further applications or efficiency can be improved in the websites. Okay, so we it is needed a common protocol is in e-commerce websites. Okay, so e-commerce and e-business websites which is supporting the M2M as well as IoT protocol standard, which is following the unified IoT data format. Okay, then the fourth one is EDI, Electronic Data Exchange. So it is a standardized format for electronic document. Okay, for example, Word we are having standardized format, PDF, PPT. Everywhere we are having set of format. Okay, PPT means it is in the format of slides. Then Excel file means it is in the format of number of cells. Okay, so each kind of file is having different set of standards or format. Okay, same thing, this electronic data interchange, which is mainly supported for the electronic document format. Okay, whatever we are typing in the system and transmitting soft copies, we are naming it as a soft copies. Okay, so for that kind of data exchange, this EDI is supported, electronic data interchange. Okay, so it is designed to be independent of communication and software technologies. Then this can be transmitted using any methodology agreed to by the sender and the recipient. Okay, so any kind of data you are transmitting over the internet is done with the support of this electronic data interchange standard. Okay, this is the fourth set of unified data standard. And the fifth one is EBXML. Okay, so it's a combination of both the idea of EDI as well as XML. Okay, XML, extensible markup language, which is mainly supported in the web page. Okay, so EBXML means this EDI and XML, electronic data exchange and XML format, both concepts are merged together, and this EBXML data format is created. Okay, so it's an interoperable e-commerce infrastructure. So in a computer system, the CBXML specifies the business rules for how two different systems talks to each other. Okay, how two systems are communicating or responding with each other without the human intervention. Okay, so that is done by this EBXML. Okay, system is automatically taking some decision without our intervention. Okay, so that kind of decisions is done by the EBXML Unified Data Standard. Okay, so for this HTML, we can apply this HTML, XML, and whatever it is, it can be included with this electronic based XML. Okay, so these are the five standards mainly used for unified data standard. Okay, so the objects or things, whatever we are connecting with the support of internet, every object or a device is device, sensor, transducer, whatever it is, creating a data. Okay, so all data are in different formats. It is tough to follow and read that different data formats. So to transmit the data as well as access the data, accept the data, we need some set of standards, like the internet is following some set of standards like ISO standard, 7 set of standards we are following. Okay, same thing. So for in Internet of Things also, we must need a 5 standards called as RDF, SOAP, M3M and IoT protocol stack, EDA, then EBXML. Okay, these 5 standards are called as unified data standards. Okay, the next one is OBIX, which is called this Open Building Information Exchange. Okay, so to exchange the data between a system or or a device, or between a device as well as the cloud storage, we are using this kind of information exchange standards. Okay, so in this OBIX, this RESTful web service based interface is used. This is one sample interface applied, how the interface is created, sample coding. Okay, for OBIX scheme. So which means in Java you learned about objects. Okay, every source file is converted as an object file. Like that, each OBIX schema is created with these subclasses or sub objects. Okay, for every main class. Okay, so this is called as open building information exchange. So by using this OBIX schema, we can exchange the data or transmit the data. Then unified object identification. We know a lot of objects we are incorporating together with the computer. We are connecting some kind of object or devices to the internet. Okay, so how can we identify a device or an object? Okay, we need some such kind of unique identification. Okay, so for example, if you are connecting pen drive with your laptop, it shows a pop-up message, right? A new USB device is connected in the port. Okay, if you are additionally inserting one memory card or a CD, whatever it is, an additional device or object we are attaching to the system, it shows a pop-up message. Why it has happened? Because your system identifies the particular object which is connected to your system. Okay, same thing in IoT. We are somewhere, but that the devices are connected to the internet. Okay, so the particular messages we are receiving from the device in our mobile. Okay, in what applications we installed for a particular object, in that application we are receiving some kind of messages from the particular device. Okay, so before accessing or getting information from the particular device or object, we need to identify that object by the internet. Okay, so for identification of object, we need an unique identification. Okay, so for that unique identification as well as object identification, we need naming, addressing, or both of an asset or device. Okay, so a particular device or object is identified using an ID called as ubiquitous ID. Okay, so same, we can consider the example of IMEI number in your mobile phone. Okay, your mobile is exactly identified with the support of your IMEI number. Okay, every device, laptop, mobile, smartwatch, each device is having an unique ID. Okay, that ID is called as ubiquitous ID. Okay, so this is some kind of sensor standards for interoperability. Okay, so some sensor model and their type of data or standards what they are using is represented here. Okay, so transducer, which is used for sensor data as well as metadata, then sensor ML, then CAP, IEEE 1451. So these are some kind of sensor models as well as data we are using in sensor standards. Okay, so whatever objects we are connecting, we must need an unique ID. That ID is called as ubiquitous ID, UID. Okay, so this unique ID is represented with some kind of rules. Okay, for example, the website address is defined by using four parts. Okay, four three digits number separated by three dots. We know. Okay, 172.168.7.254. Okay, that number should be between 0 to 255. This all are some basic or methods we are following to create an unique ID in the internet, for the internet access. Okay, this IP address is named with the support of some names. Okay, google.com, yahoo.com, facebook.com. Okay, same thing. Each object is identified with the support of unique ID. That unique IDs are represented by the defined identifier. Okay, so that is the structure given here. It's a 60-bit address. The last version is ended with 0011. Okay, this is the universal unique identifier, UUID representation. Okay, so each object unique identifier should be numbered with the 128 bits. Okay, 60 bits plus 62 bits. Okay, so this is the procedure for naming the object in the IoT. Okay, And this is the unified identification of object using ASN model. So which means assigning an object ID, then registration authority, good identification candidate, widely accepted scheme. So this ASN dot one project, which is mainly used to identify or register a particular object. So it's an accepted or registered scheme. Okay. Another one thing you should know is each device is having a particular unique ID, ubiquitous ID. Okay, 1.2.156.10. Okay, and the last separation, last digits are identified as 6666. This six. Okay. Mm, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 six are added in the suffix of the particular ubiquitous ID. Okay, so each IoT objects are identified like this kind of number. Okay, the four set of numbers, then finally suffixed with the 10 6 number. Okay, the same thing. Our mobile numbers are identified or prefixed by the number 91. Okay, that 91 represents the Indian mobile number. Okay, same thing. Each IoT device or IoT objects are identified using an ubiquitous ID. That ID is ended with the value 666, 10 sixes. Okay, so this is the hierarchy of object ID. Okay, the what object it is, what kind of device it is, based upon that this unique ID is created for every object. Okay, so these are the topics we studied today about unified data. Okay, unified standard. Why we need this unified data standard? uh, the objects or device whatever we are connecting to the internet must need a specific data standard, that is called as unified data standard, because each object is creating a data. That data should be in a proper format to process it. Okay, so in that process, for that purpose we are creating a unified data standard. That unified data standard is divided into these 5 types. After that, we learn OBIX, Open Building for Information Exchange. Then unified identification of objects. So which means how each object is identified in the Internet of Things. In the Internet, how we are connecting the devices, how we are identifying each and every device uniquely. That is done with the help of ubiquitous ID. Okay, thank you.